Yesterday's Profits is predominantly a show of works on paper, where I wanted to discuss and explore ideas to do with community, custom and ritual. I have an interest in communication technology with regard to how that works within society, and the idea of not feeling isolated and belonging to something bigger, like a network. The feel of the pictures may feel like they're set in the 1950s, but for me, it's a time where there was a spike in history. There was an advance in communication technology, which we owe our way of communicating. So within the way that the work is represented, there is a 50s feel to it, but it's more to do with the palette. It goes back to looking at old lithographs from that period. So what I wanted to do is show a sort of historical timeline through the actual way the work is made, the process of the work. Back then, technology was sort of seen as a shining hope that it could make a future a utopia in a way. Here we have this idea of the family coming together, be involved in a single act of communication. I work generally on the flat. I don't work upright like a lot of painters do. I tend to work on the flat because the process of the painting is very thin washes of ink, overlaid with, again, very thin glazes in oil. Because it's alluding to modern communication, for me, the shallow depth of the actual painting, the actual physical depth of the painting, is sort of like a metaphor to, say, the shallow depth of a screen. The reason for working on paper is it's actually quite sympathetic to that idea of the printed image. I hope people to take away that ambiguity, to make them sort of question how we are connected with these devices which sort of shape our view of the world. I want the work to act as a reflection of our own sort of like obsession and desire to be part of a bigger community, a bigger network through the devices that we use.